Yo, John, listen.
Yo.
So I'm in this ball league, and I need your advice, okay?
All right.
So, like, I'm not, like, the best player on the team, but, like, I'm not the worst player on the team, right? And, like, I just came off an injury not too long ago. Like, how should I approach it?
You know what? I feel like
So, no, listen. Like, the thing is about the injury, like, it wasn't, like, just recently. Like, not 2-3 months ago. It was, like, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How should I?
I think, like, when you know, like, you're kind of.
But the thing is, like, listen, John, like, I can play. Like, I've had 2 healthy
Bro,
seasons in a row.
shut the fuck up. Why are you talking? You're
trying to get
asking me a
advice from
question, a guy that went pro, and you're not even letting him talk, and you play in a fucking church league with men who have bigger bellies than me. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bro, I just want to.
Shut up. Let him talk. Let the man say something.
I'm trying to get his advice, bro.
Nah,
I'm seeking
bro.
his wisdom,
no.
bro. I want professional
Shut up,
experience.
bro. Stop talking. Why are you still talking? Oh my God, bro. What is up with this?
Hilarious. I love that.
Yo, welcome to Bigger Dreams Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me?
Bigger Dreams Podcast.
Say that one more time.
Bigger Dreams Podcast.
You heard it here first.
Welcome to the podcast.
Jeez,
Another season, new name. I'm your host, Matt, a.k.a. Easy Money, a.k.a. Babyface Killer, a.k.a. Mr. Borrow Your Girl. Give her back in 3 to 5 business days.
Where does she belong, sir?
To the streets.
Beside what?
The blue bin and the green bin.
Ooh, that's where she belongs. To the
Compost.
streets. Compost that bitch.
TT.
It's your boy, TT in the cut, a.k.a.
Jeez.
Tyranny, a.k.a. Young Jesus, a.k.a. walking on water, because that's what I do when we drinking water, a.k.a. I'm excited to be here, a.k.a. let's get this shit fucking rolling.
Ooh,
We
big season
outside.
opener. Big season
A.K.A.
opener.
Bigger Dreams, a.k.a.
Dreams.
Bigger Dreams,
BD.
a.k.a. Bigger Dreams.
Bigger
On their heads up.
Dreams. John Kabongo.
Yes, sir.
City News at 6.
Yes, sir.
We in here, bro. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Appreciate you having me,
What's
brother.
up, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
bro.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo,
I'm
this
excited.
is a big episode.
Let me tell you this before he starts, right?
Sure.
Because, like, sometimes can't believe I'm about to say this. Sometimes he's humble, right? And he doesn't like to, but
Really?
I want to tell you
I'm
this,
glad this is
Okay.
recorded.
right? I know. Ben, you got to
I
edit
just
this.
fucked up.
Ben, you better edit this. Sometimes, I got to say it out there when the time is right. We had a plan how to do this season,
Yeah.
right? And who to bring on guests and everything. I went on vacation to the motherland, right?
Shout out Palestine.
Shout out Palestine one time for real.
Yep.
Praise to the kids of Gaza,
for
but we're
them.
not gonna. That's not the day. I'm there. I'm enjoying my wedding's cousin and shit. I got a text at like 3 a.m. there, right? Because the time different and shit. It was late as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was smoking a joint on my grandma's balcony in Nazareth, and I fucking left that joint. And I got a text from this guy saying, "Yo, bro, listen. I know we have a plan, but scratch that. I need this guy to be my #1 fucking season opener."
Damn.
Straight word for word. He's like, I need this guy to be my season opener.
That's crazy.
Scratch everything. Just trust me on this one. I want him to be my #1. Right? I looked at him. I didn't even say anything. I said, bet. Let's go. So I just want to let you know.
That's real.
All right.
He really did this.
High expectations.
He really did
real.
this.
Okay.
But
let's
let's get it. I'm excited.
Yo, this is the season opener. This
Yes.
is the first episode of Bigger
Yes.
Dreams.
Yes, sir.
Right? We're also in Aria Cafe.
Shout out Aria Cafe
Shout
one
out
time.
Aria Cafe.
dope.
One of our great sponsors.
Shout out Next Level Shisha.
Yes.
We'll
Shout
talk
out
about
Next
them later.
Level Shisha.
But for,
sure.
right now, we want to shout out Aria Cafe. They're our first sponsor. They've been massive supporters. They let us use this space. So we want to thank them deeply for, you'll see them in our commercial breaks. And they've been just a supporter of us for a long time. So we just want to show gratitude, for allowing us to record here.
We appreciate you guys, every one of you. Thank you so much. Man, let's get started, bro.
Let's get it.
Let's get
I'm
to
really
it.
excited.
Get it.
Yo,
I'm
you
really
ready
excited.
for this?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I
You
feel
ready?
like I'm ready.
Yeah?
But I know I'm ready, though.
Okay.
I think I'm
Okay.
Facts,
good.
facts. All right, yo, let's get into City News at 6. First of all, before anything, before we get into the album or everything, This is my moment where I wanted to give you your flowers.
Okay.
Flower time.
Yeah, you know, you brought the city together. You know, I think some people look at Toronto and they see a place full of hate. Like, they don't show a lot of love, right? Screwface Capital, is that what it's called? Right? But, you know, I remember that night, at the end of the night, you even said, like, you really felt the love that night. And you know, like, this is what represents Toronto. This is the Toronto that you see and that you love, kind of what you brought that night. And I want to give you your flowers because, you know, you showed so much about how bad you want this, how bad you want this to be successful. I studied you that night very closely. I'm paying attention that you're at coat check. You're making sure everyone's coming in, that you're greeting everyone at the door, that, you know, everyone feels like that they're a part of it, that they're welcomed, right? The first person they greet is you at the door, right? Not a worker of that facility. No, they were greeting you. You showed the hospitality that night. You had Hassan Phil's open for you. Shout out to him.
Yeah, big shout out to Hassan.
Big shout out.
Right?
He's sick, bro.
Yeah.
He's funny.
He had a very creative. Well, it wasn't just funny. It was like it was like a really, like an ode to you. You know, it was beautiful. It wasn't just funny. Like it was emotional. It was nice. And then you played the album and you performed even just like you were rapping a little bit before the album start. You showed the album. You know, you took pictures with everyone. You said hi to everyone, and you know, took photos while hugging them. And it's just like every little detail, you know, from that night, it reminded me a lot about the album because the album has so much detail. Your intent is so deep with every little thing in this album. So before we even start anything, I just want to give you your flowers because I see you as one of those guys who are like, you know, this new era of hip hop in Toronto, and you guys are the next ones to take the torch. And I feel like you really want the torch, and I genuinely believe in you, and I think you got next, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
Love, bro.
Man, I don't even. You
crazy.
got something to say? Do
I don't
I
even know what
talk?
to
I don't
say.
even know what to say.
I
to
don't even
that.
know. That's crazy. I wish I came to see that.
All good. There
But
will
wow,
be more, brother.
Wow.
There will be
I mean,
more.
he just expressed everything. I feel like I was there because of your words. I'm not even like,
Yeah.
wow.
Love, bro.
How you feel?
Man, I feel good.
Yeah?
You know, I feel like I'm in a place right now where I'm gaining a lot of confidence in myself.
Nice.
You know, and just especially in terms of the music that I'm making. You know, like I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with like what I'm producing in the studio.
Okay.
You know, I'm leaving the studio with less doubt. So, you know, I'm just in a good place right now creatively.
Ooh.
You know, and it's good to be in that space and, you know, just take the journey a day at a time. Feel me?
I like that. Okay, I want to take it back. I want to take it back to where it started, okay? We were talking off camera a little bit, you know. You're on that piff, grade 4, you know, listening to the mixtapes,
Yeah.
the era. Who's the guy that really got you to do this? Because you're a baller.
Right.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going
Right.
to talk about their fashion, by the way.
Right.
But who's the guy? I want to know. Who is the guy that really, you know,
Yo. All right. So I will
in
say,
your head you said, yo, I can do this.
okay. So I would say, like I told you before,
Yeah.
when I was growing up, I feel like Kendrick, Drake, and Cole were being introduced in the years where I was trying to pay attention to music more. So I think when Drake came, it was just
You were
crazy.
already paying attention a lot more to basketball at that time?
Right, and I was just listening to whatever.
Okay.
But then around like grade 4, I'm like, yo, like, you know, I got my own iPod, and I'm like really, really like interested in like the music that I'm listening to, you know? And so Drake comes out first.
Okay.
You know, he comes out. I hear Digital
So
Girl.
Far Gone?
No, I hear, yeah, right, that era. So
Okay.
Far Gone. But I didn't hear So Far Gone first.
Okay.
I heard Digital Girl with Jamie Foxx. It was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
like,
Yeah, that was
it
hard.
was on like, you know, like a little blog. They posted the video of
Facts.
like,
Yeah. It
what
was an
on.
official release.
Yeah.
I remember.
I was like, this guy's from Toronto? I'm like, this is crazy. You know, I'm
That was
going,
an MP3 download.
bro, I'm going crazy. You know,
That's
now I'm
wild.
just downloading all his music now.
Yeah.
And then a year later, Cole comes out, at least to me.
Right. What
I'm
song?
Who that?
Who that? Okay, the single.
Who that? Who
Yeah, I
that?
saw the video.
Right.
I'm like, yo, like, this guy too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then obviously he has the song with Drake.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, these two guys are my guys. And then Kanye, Jay, obviously, like, just because of how big they were at the time.
Right.
Like, I really like them.
That's
But
2010.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Watch the Throne era.
yep. And then that's the same time Kendrick came around.
Right.
And when Kendrick came out, that's when I was like, I need to start like rapping.
Section 80.
No. Actually, yep, High Power. That's the
High
first.
Power?
That's the first one I heard.
Ooh.
I was at my community center and somebody that was older was playing the video. He's like, "Yo, take this in," and like I just couldn't stop bobbing my head to the beat. You know, like
High
I just.
Power is
And it's crazy. I didn't even know J. Cole made the beat at that time. You know.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's true too.
But I'm listening to the song. I'm like, "Yo, this guy's my favorite." You know what I'm saying? Like there was something about him that made me wanted to like try to rap because I felt like I was really feeling his lyrics for real.
Did you try at that time or?
Yeah, like that at that moment, like, you know, I remember I had a Started From the Bottom remix. You know, I had like I was recording it on like my little like computer like at the house, you know.
Yeah.
I would show like my boys at school, and then I would do something on Facebook where I would send one of my boys in my class. I'd be like, "Yo, don't show nobody these messages." And it'd just be my bars. You know? And then he'd be gassing me. He'd be like, "Yo, that's crazy." You know, and then come to school the next day and we're talking about it, whatever, but nobody knows, you know? So it's like, that was really the start. Like, Good Kid era, Take Care era, Born Sinner era, like around that time, like,
Wow.
that's where I was like, yeah, I want to rap. Like, I want to,
Yeah.
even though I was a basketball player, I wanted to be a rapper.
So music came first.
No, basketball.
Basketball was
'Cause
already there.
Right, basketball was already there the whole time. But then I was like, yo, I want to be a rapper
You
and
also
a
want-
basketball player. Like, you know?
For the audience who don't know, like, where did you play basketball?
So I played basketball at a lot of different places. You know, in high school,
Yeah.
I went down to like one of the
What's
premiers.
your high school?
I went to Huntington Prep, right?
Okay.
It's like a premier high school in the States, like, you know,
Okay.
prep school for basketball.
Nice.
Played with guys like, you know, Thomas Bryant.
Were you playing with Wiggins?
Nah, Wiggins was older.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
Wiggins a couple
Keldon
years
Johnson.
older?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson.
Okay, nice.
Oh, okay.
Miles Bridges, one of my teammates. Who else would you know that's in the NBA? Yeah, I mean those three guys are like the most known guys
Okay.
that I played with, and then like a lot of guys that just went high major D1, just like a lot of Europe players. So yeah,
And you played D1 as well.
and then I went to Virginia Tech after.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you play with anyone in the league at Virginia Tech?
At Nikhil
Nikhil
Alexander Walker.
Oh,
Yep.
he's from here too, no?
Yep.
Sorry,
Yep.
Nikhil Walker.
Yep.
Where is he from?
He's from Scarborough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're from
so-
Scarborough too?
Nah, I'm from downtown, like
Okay.
east side of downtown.
Okay. Wow. That's sick.
Yeah, man.
That's
So,
dope.
Yeah.
and then that was
That was so I was playing at Huntington in what, 2015, I would say.
were you still making music while you're there? Like
Yeah,
during
no,
that
like
school
like
and-
by the time I was middle school, I'm writing all the time. You know,
How?
like, and then I started going to the studio when I got to Huntington. Right?
okay.
Like,
in the States.
yeah. So
Wow.
I'm at a prep school and like all I did was play basketball and write raps because there's nothing to do.
There's
like,
nothing else. Yeah.
It's very like farm and like just like
Mountain
Got
tops.
you.
boonies, like
Yeah.
mountains, all that. So
Yeah.
I was spending a lot of my time writing lyrics. And then I was like, yo, I need to start going to the studio.
That's sick.
So like there's a rapper from there. His name is City Phil. Shout out City Phil. I
Shout
see
out
you,
City
bro.
Phil.
He had a studio and like it was literally just like, I think he was like the only person out there that was like really doing music for real.
Doing music there?
No disrespect to anybody else
Yeah.
that may have been doing it, but like
Yeah, that's
I
the
didn't
one.
like I didn't know
Yeah.
Got you.
any artists
Just in
for
front
real
of you.
from-
He was the one really doing
right.
it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had a little home studio, and I just used to go to his crib, like give him a little money. You know, all the little money I had to like maybe go eat food, I'm just going to the studio.
Wow.
You know, just recording everything that I was writing, and then from there, that's where like actually making music and then putting it out started.
So even when you were D1, right? Because like D1, like
And that's before
I
D1.
might
This is,
not
like,
know
high
too
school.
much about the ball system, but like D1 to me is like, you know, you're playing
Yeah.
high. That's competitive. You can go to the draft, right?
Yep.
So during that time,
Yep.
your mind was still on music.
100%. Like I think by the time I got to university, I was already like fully in it. You know, like I was already like putting out projects, doing music videos. You know, just because like
Yeah, you meant to be an artist, bro.
yeah, I couldn't stop.
Yeah, like
was-
this guy's on another journey that is
Yeah.
like, I'm sure that was a wonderful journey too,
course,
right?
of course.
And I'm not familiar with the ball system as much Maybe Matt knows more. But it's like, yo, that's a tough system to also be in.
Most definitely.
That's not easy. Like,
Right.
you don't hear a lot of players going to D1.
Right.
I heard a lot of people
Especially
going to
from
D2
Canada.
or
Right.
D3. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
I'm saying.
Yep.
Like, that's what I know at least.
Right.
There's a lot of D2, D3, but to reach the D1, your game gotta be there.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
So you had a game, but this whole time you were still saying like, nah, man,
Yep.
your heart's kind of going there. You know,
Yep.
your gut's like, nah, I want
Yep.
to make music.
Yep.
That's crazy, bro.
Yep.
You're the man that could have made it to the league, but said, fuck it, I'm going.
But honestly, it was like I used to look up to Dame a lot in high school.
Oh,
You know, I was like,
Oh.
I want to be like Dame.
Like rap and hoop.
Exactly. I
rap
wanted-
and hoop?
Yeah, I wanted.
You're a point guard?
Yeah, and I wanted to play like Dame too.
You play that game or?
I mean, I was a shooting point guard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
You
like
got game time though?
I think shooting was the best. I feel like shooting was the
yo,
best,
you had a
aspect
good
of my
shot.
game.
I was watching your
You can,
videos.
you can see my highlights. I shot the ball a lot. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
you were good off the dribble too. Like
Appreciate it,
beyond your years for sure.
Appreciate it, fam. And like, yeah, so like, I think for me, what was hard though was I had a lot of bad injuries. So even when I got there, like, you know, I was able to balance both. But what really stopped me from playing was like I had years of injuries.
When you were younger?
Yeah, from like high school all the way up to university. Like I was
Okay.
recruited knowing I had a back problem. And then like when I got in, you know, things were kind of
This
like,
guy's game gotta be really good.
yeah, it was
yeah.
it was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
You know, it was like,
He's serious.
Yeah.
but it was tough because I had the best doctors, the best everything, and they were kind of helping with my back. And then I tore my labrum in my hip.
Ooh.
That was
And
the
then-
big one.
And then from there, I still thought I was gonna come back, but it was just like, and like, yeah, I was lucky enough to like, bro, even when I got injured and I couldn't play anymore, like I still had my scholarship kept, you know, like it was a medical disqualification. Shout out, you know, Coach Mike. But it's like, yeah, bro, it was tough. But I'm lucky to have music back me up while I was still there, still like trying to figure things out because I lost basketball, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I want to touch on that before we get into the actual album. Like, you know, that heartbreak, that trauma, you know, especially when you have your friends around you, your peers, people you know from the distance, they're going to the league, they're getting all these contracts, all these things are happening for them, even just getting drafted, like at that point when people are just getting drafted around you and things of that nature. Yeah, sure, you have music to fall back on, but like, I want to talk about like, how'd you feel? Because like, that hurts, bro.
Nah, I think for me the biggest thing was like I had to realize when my time was over, my time was over. Because just growing up around basketball and seeing different people hoop, I realized it's not forever.
So, do
You know?
Did you have a hard time?
No, yeah, and that's what I'm gonna get to. I think it was just like it was obviously hard, you know. And I think the one thing that got me through it was just like, you know what, like my time, you know. But even just accepting that it was my time, like, because I didn't want to, and that's the hardest part.
you still carry that trauma?
100%, because it wasn't something I expected.
Did you look at it as like, yo, I got music? Like, did you always look at like, okay, I kind of have a plan or a backup plan? Like,
Right.
okay, I've been planting this seed of music, and now I'm here. Did you look at it like that at all?
The way I looked at it was like I always wanted it to be together.
Okay.
I always wanted, like, that was always my dream. I never
Yeah.
wanted to pick one or the other.
Okay.
But I think what I realized, I was like, damn, you know what? Maybe this is an opportunity for me to, instead of dwelling on what happened with basketball and the injuries, to focus more on my artistry and develop even more in that. You know? So it's like, I think that was the hardest part. Just accepting it because it's not what I expected. Like, at all. You know, I never thought I was going to have to choose one or the other. It was just more so like, all right, what happened with basketball happened, so.
So like your intent was like you wanted to make it to the league,
100%.
and once you got like, you know, a little bit of free time and
Exactly.
the resources around you, you wanted to pursue the artistry in the off season.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep.
All right, I want to fast forward. City News at 6. I want to talk about your experience making that album,
Yeah.
and then you getting the reception of the album.
Right.
Both those things, because those are two separate things.
Right.
Talk about the experience, and then talk about, you know, you had a crazy first day, first week in terms of reception. I want you to touch on both.
So, I mean, up to that point, I've been making music just about whatever. Not about whatever, but like, just kind of making songs about different experiences in my life, whatever I'm feeling at the time. And I came to a point where I felt like I was making a lot of music, and I was like, yo, like, I want to make something like larger than me, larger than my story. But, at this time I was still in Virginia, finishing up school, whatever. And like,
You graduated.
yes,
Sick.
yes. Creative writing.
Oh, dope.
Right. So like really took it serious,
So you went into that.
Yep. Went
like
fully
that.
into
Wow.
it, And I think for me, I was just like, damn, like, I feel very disconnected from the city. Like, I want to make something about where I'm from, but I'm never home. I've been away from home for so long.
And a lot of people can relate to that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just,
How long were you gone for at that time?
because I left.
Because you went to high school too, right?
So it's been like 8 years. I was always in the States, Still come back, but majority of the time I'm in the States. So I get to this point where I'm like, damn, like, how is this going to come together? Is this even the time? And I didn't know where I was going to end up. I didn't know where I was going to be living, like, when I was in Virginia. Because, like, I almost worked for the Pelicans.
Wow.
That's it. Like, that's probably something that nobody knows.
Wow.
Like, I
You
did,
heard
like,
it here
5
first.
interviews with the Pelicans.
Okay.
Like, I thought I was going to get the job. Like, honestly, I think they thought I was going to get the job, but then they just picked someone with, like, 3 years more experience than me.
What was the job for it?
So it was going to be, like, on the media side.
Ooh.
Like, I was just literally going to help, like, because I was shadowing the media team.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously the creative writing, so I was doing, like, the journalism side.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just, like, something, to be doing while you're in school.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, grown man need to get a job. So, we good?
You heard that?
So you almost got the job with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to just be an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Trying to
yeah.
do something.
You were shadowing the media team for Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and obviously they're trying to help me, like, just move forward when I
Yeah.
left there, whatever the case
That's
may
so
be.
dope that they at least, put in the effort for the athletes.
No,
That,
most definitely.
That's
You know?
sick. That's sick.
To them, it's just like, as long as you show that you want to do something, they'll help you,
That's sick.
That's dope.
But it didn't work out. And I think it just wasn't meant to work out. It was just something I needed for the experience.
Right.
Because now I'm starting to realize, like, this artistry thing is really my calling. Because as I'm still trying to be an artist and trying to find a job, whatever, and go to these different places, it was just like life was just putting me where I needed to be the best artist.
Yeah.
So, things didn't work out. I ended up coming back to Toronto. I'm here, and Justin is my guy.
Producer?
Yes. Recording with them for
Shout out Justin.
Shout
man.
out Justin for real.
Limited.
Shout out Justin.
this
I
is-
haven't met Justin yet, but shout out Justin.
Great
bro.
guy.
Bro.
Great.
Yeah,
He believes in
he
you.
produced-
And
bro.
then this
he
is
produced
where
6.
yes.
Pound 6.
And
Shout
I
out to
want to
you,
make
bro.
sure I say the story because
Shout out to you because
he needs to be
That's some good production on there.
and he needs to be immortalized for this story that I'm about
Facts.
to tell about him. We're recording with him for like 5 years at this point.
Wow.
Just on and off.
Okay.
Sometimes I go to different engineers or whatever, but I've been to his studio a lot over the years.
Yeah.
And I come back and I'm kind of like, yo, like trying to get some music done, but like money isn't the best right now. He's like, yo, don't even worry about it. Like, I know that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can
That's
pay me,
deep.
he's
That's
like, I know
deep.
if you could pay me, you'll pay me, and
Wow.
and I definitely did. I didn't take advantage of him. I
Yeah.
paid him when I could, but there was a lot of times where it was just like I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then just being in Toronto and having that consistency of being in the studio, the idea just came. Like, like City News at 6 just popped in my head. And it was, it was just because, like, I'm coming home, I'm seeing some of my friends in jail, some of my friends getting shot. I'm, like, coming back home to a new world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where
You
it's
didn't
like,
experience that when you were here.
exactly, because we're all younger.
You were young, yeah.
You
didn't see
leave when you're
this.
15 and you come
Yeah.
back at 23. Everyone's doing something
It's
different
so
in life.
different. It's so different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah,
like,
that's almost 10 years, bro.
exactly. So it really hit home for me where I was
Yeah.
like, damn, like, I need to make an album about this because, like, these are my good friends.
Yeah.
Like, these are people that, like, I used to hang out with and,
Yeah.
like, I have my childhood memories connected to them.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
my
so-
condolences. You lost some friends in the summer.
Yeah, and it's like, I just feel like we're at a point right now where the city definitely is, like, just different. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm young and I'm finally experiencing it, but it's just like, I think I think we could all feel it, you know.
I agree with you, bro.
It's like it's definitely not.
I had a friend of mine. 2017 or 2018 tell me in the next 3 to 4 years we're gonna see a different Toronto, and I laughed in the moment. I was like, all right, bro, what are we saying?
Right.
Like, all right, you see the future.
Right. Right.
2020, I think. 2020 when like things opened up for a little bit, and 2021. I called him and I said, holy fuck, you're right.
Right.
Because he told me, he's like, yo, Toronto's going to be Gotham. He called it. He said, yo, Toronto's going to be Gotham. It's going to be a different city in the next 4 to 5 years. Watch. And I called him. I think it was one night I went downtown, and I called him the next day. I was like, holy shit. You were right. This city has changed. A lot of things happen. Even the people, like, I'm not from the street. I'm not, I'm not a gangster.
Right.
You know, but I've met a couple people that in my life that, you know, were OGs at one time. Even they're looking at this shit and saying, what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yep.
Something doesn't add up. And I feel like, you know, making this type of album, you're right, it is needed. It is needed for the young kids to hear this. It's needed for, you know, our generation, your generation, the generation after that, to listen to something like that coming from a person in the city who's experiencing that. But tell us more about, you know, that experience making the album.
Right. So, I mean, for me, it was just like I thought of different topics, you know, that I thought were important, different types of stories that all connect in a way.
Yeah.
Because I think the worst thing that could happen is, you know, somebody dying at a young age, you know, to gun violence. That's some of the worst thing that could happen, you know, just anywhere in the world. You know, we see what's going on all over the world. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
young kids dying is not any young person dying.
You know what I'm saying?
Sit right.
Especially when it's because somebody else is, you know,
innocent.
You know,
innocent,
and sometimes, you know, in the streets, maybe someone's not innocent, but it's just like even that, the existence of those types of problems, you know, and that type of violence,
where it becomes life or death.
Exactly, you know,
could have been avoided.
Exactly,
that young man could have had a different life.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody wants to have a kid and see their future end up like that.
100%.
You know, so to me, it was like the main message is like, yo, at the end of the day, that's the fate that nobody wants. How do I talk about what sometimes, you know, may push people to those situations, and maybe how, you know, collectively we could be thinking to have a better city where we see less of that. Because everybody wants to see less of it, especially when it hits home.
Yeah.
That's when I feel like everybody realizes, like, yo, some of this stuff is just like, it's just a little too crazy right now. You know?
I mean, like, I thought that was the cool thing about your album, too, is, like, you know, again, let's go back to the attention of detail. When we're speaking about attention to detail, you're having little snippets within your album where a reporter's talking about how Toronto's at an all-time high for auto theft in the summer. You know what I mean? Like, just, like, little pieces. Like, I remember telling you at the listening party, man.
Yep.
Like, yo, your attention to detail, sticking to the theme.
Definitely.
You were very good at depicting little things, and you know, you just spoke about the gun violence, and you spoke about a lot of different topics, whether it's like racial profiling, policing, and stuff like that. I want to know, like, your genuine opinion. Do you think for, like, you know, the average Black Canadian, do you think the system is set up for them to kind of fall in the cracks?
And I think that's a good question, and I'll say it for this reason, because it's like it looks different in Canada. Like, going to the States, right? For them, it's more so about like slavery, right? I witnessed it. I'm like, okay, like this is like generations. This is generations of people being in this one spot.
Yeah, that feel that energy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like people are really separated because of like their histories.
Yeah.
You know, there's Black America, there's white America.
Yeah.
But I feel like in Toronto, it's like you have people that are living in, you know, in a city where they're first generation. But
most,
not everybody, but like a lot of people, you know, or maybe like the generation before them was first. Something like that. Yeah. Not too many people
too many generations.
Especially people of color.
Yeah.
Any people of color.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like what's happening in my eyes is like, yo, like when we see the results of like colonization, you know, and we see how that impacts those different countries and the poverty that some other countries in the world are facing, like what are people coming to Canada with? You know, they're starting from zero. They're they're not starting with the head start. You know, especially when they're coming from, you know, I know my parents, you know, are Congolese. A lot of stuff going on in Congo. You know, you have a lot of, you know, you have a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And you have a lot of people from a lot of different places. Not to say that these places don't have any wealthy people.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's
but there's,
you know what I'm saying?
I want to say something real quick. If y'all don't know about what's going on in Congo and like with the Congolese kids, do your fucking research, because that's y'all want to protest to everything. Go look at other things that are going on in the world for us to have something like that. But go on.
But you guys are catching my drift.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, now people are coming here trying to figure it out in a place they don't know.
It's not easy, bro.
You know what
it's
I'm
not
saying?
easy,
Like,
bro. I tell my dad all the time,
know?
you're fucking great. Excuse me, you're great for coming here and starting from zero.
Trust.
You know how hard that is?
Difficult.
Like, you got to give yourself a pat on the fucking back, because it's not easy. And you're raising a family.
It's difficult.
It's not easy, bro. You're right.
It's difficult. And it's just like, you know, for me, just even while I was doing research, you know, I was just like watching stuff. Like, the reason why that song was even made was because I was doing research for the project. And then like a news clip came out where they were like, yeah, like we did a study and like police are, you know, racially profiling people of color in their communities. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? We do live in a world where sometimes people of African descent are viewed as people that should be treated more aggressively. You know, sometimes. And like that's that same mentality that was taken to in America, you know, from what was going on in Africa, from time. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes people may be shocked at a stat like that, but then when you look at history, you know, like when you have conflict between like people of, you know, European backgrounds and African backgrounds, that's been a constant conflict. You know, but at the end of the day, like I do think we live in a diverse city, and like, yeah, man, it's just tough when it still exists, even with the diversity. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all grow up, like, especially the younger people, like we all grow up, you have a white friend, you have an Asian friend, you have a black friend, you have a this friend. So it's like,
when I came here,
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I was like, whoa, I can have so many different like friends from different cultures. I can see different cultures here.
It's crazy.
It's one of the most exciting things I've seen. Not to say that I don't like my Palestinians and where I'm from, but it's just like, whoa. That's kind of sick to see that. Yeah. But you're right, to have such a diverse population but still have that, you know, undercover hidden racism, you know. It's crazy, because Quincy Jones, I watched a lot of like his interviews. In one of his interviews he was saying the South is blunt racist, like to your face.
And I live there, so I know.
And like the North is more like hidden.
It's super hidden.
Like it's just there, but it's you discreet. Don't see it. It's so discreet. Bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about Toronto.
So true.
Toronto is that place where it's like boom. You know, maybe the West is more serious, like you know, South. But at least here, Toronto is very like New York, very like Chicago. It's just very hidden, but it's there. Still there.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
What how did you, you know, it's crazy that you were talking about the skits. I wanted to ask him, where did like, when in the process of creating the album did you say, yo, I want this?
That's how I started. So
the album?
Yeah, I started it with no music. I just said I'm gonna watch documentaries. I'm gonna read stuff. You know, I'm like just doing research like about the city, you know, and just like kind of even taking the city in too. You know, like I was working at Regulars.
Oh, you used to work at Regulars?
Yeah, I was working at Regulars, and like I feel like it's crazy. I didn't really know what King Street was. Like I didn't know because I never partied.
You just pulled up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just.
So this is just you coming back.
Yeah.
How old were you when you came back here?
23.
Okay. So
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. So 22 turning 23. Yeah.
Okay. 20.
So yeah, I'm coming back, and like I didn't even know where Regulars was. I didn't know I was gonna run into people I knew.
Wow.
I'm just working there, and I feel like it was a quick reintroduction to the city. Wow. Because I'm seeing everything like right away, you know. So I was just taking time to just pay attention.
Yeah.
To like what was happening, like what's going on, like
what's on the street.
You know, what's the vibe?
Yeah.
What's going on in the city, and I took like a good maybe 2 months of that, you know, especially like because I wanted to call it City News at 6, I was just watching a lot of documentaries about the car theft, about you know the violence, the gun violence, and I just had like a file where I was just putting all the stuff that I think would be good as skits, and I just kept them, and then
That's hard.
and then I just literally after that, like I made like a list of like song ideas, and then I was just cutting down.
You really give me TDE vibes.
Nah,
so
that
much.
got you know what I'm
It's
saying?
crazy,
Like
bro. That's what I told you. Remember, first time I heard it, I'm like, bro, this guy's TDE, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying it to his face. I really like this is how I feel listening to your album or to your EP multiple times. I told you, bro, I sat there and smoked maybe 4 or 5 spliffs. Listening to I'm not even no boost.
That's love. I
and you
appreciate
know
that.
this is like this is
appreciate
Tyranny. I'll sit there and listen to music while
right.
it was your album playing and I was smoking and I was playing like a game on my phone as I'm listening. Right? I think you made a Good Kid Mad City with a low budget.
Damn.
And if you had a bigger budget and more experience in the sense like you've been in the game for a little longer, plus you had the right people to create the album with
Most
you.
definitely.
Shout out to Justin, shout out to you. I think you're in an early stage of your career. I still think you're still in an early stage in your
Most
career
definitely.
where I feel like and I'm not trying to boost him.
Damn.
That's just how
big praise.
that's how I
love
genuinely
that.
feel, bro. Cause I listen to it and it's like, yo, he has a story. It's an EP, but it's like you made an EP that's very similar to Good Kid, Mad City, where I feel like, and I'm listening to you talk and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I wonder if he had, if he had been in the game maybe 4 years or 3 years extra, and he had been around, the right people, the right team. It's not just a 1-2, it's a team. So it could be Justin and a bunch of other people. And I want to touch on Justin soon, right? But I wonder if he had that. Actually, I'm going to touch on Justin right now because it's still connected. Justin, for a producer to fuck with you
sicko.
and actually like just have faith in somebody, that's what I think that
He's so passionate about you,
that
bro.
gives
my
artists
guy,
power. You know what I'm saying? Like, see him being passionate about you, it gives you that extra power because it's like, yo, I'm not the only one that genuinely fucks with this. You know what I mean? I'm not the only one that genuinely believes in what my capability is when it comes to creating art. So I'm thinking here, it's like, okay, he has this guy who his main guy is, who believes in him. Now, I wonder if he had somebody like that and somebody like, like P. Not P, what's his name? Oh, man.
From TDE?
TDE, what's his name?
Punch.
Punch. Thank you.
Punch,
P.
Punch.
I said P, but I forgot Punch. Right? If you had somebody like that, I'm not necessarily saying the same.
Yeah. I
but
know
it's
what you're
like
saying, right.
those
That
extra
caliber.
team members that can get you things, or they have the studio, they have the best engineers. I'm looking at it like, man, I think he could have made something close to that. You know what I mean? So that's just
that.
how I genuinely feel, bro.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
telling you, really good.
I
The
appreciate
skit
that.
side, everything, I just felt like, wow.
Yo, Trent, what was your favorite song?
Favorite song? The first song, bro. You know what? I would say, I'm gonna look back at the list right now. But the first song, first gen / all of it, I told you off camera, bro. The first time I heard it, I was like, okay. And then I went through the EP, and then I heard it again.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized it's a 2-part. I actually looked at my phone, I was like, oh, it's a 2-part.
Yeah.
Oh, this song is sick.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were 2 different songs, and I was fucking with the vibe.
Yep.
When I found out that they're one song, I was like, whoa. And I kept listening to it. Internet games is crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Internet games
Snap.
is fucking insane.
Yeah.
TDSB, I liked it just because it had passion. It had something that I felt like you or your people went through that you said, I want to express this, and I'm going to express it in the best way I can.
Yep.
And I felt the passion and the emotion behind that. Same with first song, I told you.
Yep.
Can you actually tell me about first gen, all of it? What was the process of? What were you going through in that? Because I just told you off camera. That's my favorite song on the album.
So Justin, like, he sent me like a wave of packs like throughout the process of creating this, right? And so I hear this, and it's slightly different. The beat is slightly different, and I don't even think he thinks I'm gonna rap on it.
Yeah.
You know, he just sends it, and like I think we had a conversation. He's like, yeah, you know, maybe that's just like an interlude or something. Like it's just like music playing, maybe for like a transition or something. That's what he probably sent it to me. You know, expecting me to use it for.
Because you're saying it had a little jazzy to it. Okay.
Exactly.
Got you.
But then I heard it, and I'm like, yo, this is the intro. Like something like spoke to me about the way it felt. I was like, I could talk about every single facet of the city on this one song. Like I could do it. But I didn't know how. I didn't know a flow. I didn't know how I was going to do it. And then, you know, what's crazy is I wrote it like I was in the hospital. My mom had cancer, right? And she was getting a surgery. She was getting a brain tumor surgery, you know? And, like, I was in the hospital, and, like, the weight of that beat just hit me when I was in the hospital. Like, I just felt like I'm seeing mad people in the hospital, mad sick people. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like I was coming from like I was having a good day, you know, I was having a great day, which is like the positive part of the song where it's like, you know, it's all of it. I was having a great day, and I came to the hospital and it just felt like so heavy.
Of course, yeah.
You know that feeling, and I was like, yo, like it's crazy how this could be like the same place. You know, it's not like I went into another world. You know, like this is just the same place and people are going through. You know, so like literally
that's a crazy story.
My mom's just sitting there, sleeping, and I just write the whole song, like the whole thing, like it just all came to my head. Literally write it like right beside.
An hour, 2 hours.
Like it just, I had to go to the bathroom in the hospital to record the voice note because I was like, I can't lose this flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to find it, hopefully one day, like in my notes or something. But I was like, it was one of those moments where it's like, it makes for a good story, but like literally, like song just came to me, like light is dark, song but it's cold as hot, and then like that was that. And then trying to go record it was another battle because I went in, I'm like, yo, I have a crazy intro, and I'm trying to record it, and I'm struggling for like 2 hours, 3 hours. He's like, yo, like just try it another day, give it some time, memorize it more. This is a hard song. You've never rapped like this before. And I was frustrated. I'm like, maybe this is beyond me. Like, maybe this is something I could write, but I can't perform it. Wow. You know, so I'm like, but I didn't want to feel defeated by the song.
I really want to see you perform it now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I really want to see you on stage performing that song.
And that's another experience I could talk about context later. But to you know, finish it, like the story about finishing the song, I think like a month later, I was listening to it over and over again, and then like the session just happened. And like it happened, and I was like, "Yo, this is insane." Like after I made that, I'm like, "This album's gonna be good."
Wow.
And then,
that was the intro too,
right? And we only had that second part, and then Justin's like, "Yo, if we're gonna make this album about Toronto, we gotta like punch them in the face when it starts. You know, like this is a good start and it's a good intro, but like we need something in the first half that's hard, and then we take it another direction." Yeah. And we were going back and forth on it, and then he just sent me that beat. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And then we put it together, did everything, and then had insane. That skit from a video that I was watching when I was doing the research, and then it just all came together, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of interesting stories for this album, man.
That's crazy.
So it was,
that song, wow.
Is your mom's good?
Yeah, bro, way better, bro.
God bless.
Like way better.
I honestly I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, no.
She's
She's way better.
She's
way better. Like honestly,
like, shout out Mama Duke. We're sending you love, sending you positive energy. We're praying for you. We love you.
Facts.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy background context.
Wow.
I appreciate that song a lot.
You don't even understand. I love that song so much more now.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Deeper than music.
Even for me, every time I listen to it, I'm like, yo, like this came from a place where it's like I couldn't have done it in any other way. Like, you know, it just felt very divine. And it was like, because mind you, I didn't go to the hospital to write the song.
No, you were just there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go check my mom.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm
you're
saying?
just
Like,
there,
this
and
is
it
emergency.
just came to you.
So
it just happened, and you expressed. You know, you're saying that your calling is music, and I'm listening to you from the beginning when you're talking about like you were grade 4, you know, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, this guy was definitely meant to be an artist. Like, I don't care how good he is at ball. He's meant to be an artist. This is
Yeah,
really what the universe
Yep.
wants him to be from that time.
Yep.
It's pretty obvious that you're supposed to be on this path.
I'm glad you
You know
didn't
what
get
I'm
that Pelicans job.
No.
Yeah, honestly.
Everything happens for a reason.
Honestly,
yo.
bro.
Everything happens for a reason.
Fuck the Pelicans too. I don't give a shit about them.
I love my Pelicans people. Just let y'all know.
Oh, my bad. Nah, I don't fuck with the Pelicans. Fuck y'all. Fuck. CP should have went to the fucking Lakers.
He really should have, though.
That's all I'm saying.
I was talking about that today,
That's
too.
all I'm saying.
I was talking about that today.
Because that shit would have been different. That's why I'm pissed. But, you know, they got Zion. Zion's a big boy.
Yeah.
He can. I don't know if he's the guy to face the NBA yet, but he's there.
We'll see.
I don't think so. I personally don't think so. You think so? He's athletic freak, but you think he can sustain 280 pounds?
That's the problem.
With
you know what I'm saying?
I don't
It's
think.
Like, can he stay healthy?
I don't think so.
What was it like you to play again? You played against him?
You played against him?
Yeah. It was,
What was it like?
You were in the same round as him.
Yeah. So he was.
He was at Duke.
Yeah. So we played them in the Sweet 16. We beat them that year when he got injured. We beat them.
Yeah.
It was just RJ. And
Was he big on the court?
Yeah, he was huge. But you know
You big, eh? yeah. Hey, yo.
Set me up.
That's why I was like, what?
Damn, even the way I said it too. That's crazy. But nah.
So you played against RJ too. RJ was
But okay. I grew up playing with RJ.
So you know RJ from before?
Yeah.
I didn't name drop RJ, bro.
Yeah, you know, I played it.
RJ's a guy. I loved RJ's game.
Yeah, he could always hoop, man.
Yeah.
He's always been a hooper.
I think he should come to Toronto.
That would be fire. I feel like Shea should come to Toronto. I hope that happens too.
Brother, I want him to come with.
That would be
The whole city wants him.
Ship Beyblade over there and bring him. You know who Beyblade is?
Mr. Pascal.
Oh, see? We
know what he does.
You, bro.
We know
He's a
it.
fucking
The spin
Beyblade.
cycle. We
Yeah,
know.
bro. Ship him over there.
Yep.
Take OG too. I don't care. At this point, take OG. OG's amazing defensively. You know what I'm saying? I just seen him block Cat. I think he blocked Cat, and I was like, whoa, boy, you're good. You're better at defense every year.
Right.
Ship him.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
Give me that boy.
Yeah.
SJ's worth it.
Give me that boy. Give me SJ and Scotty and build around them.
Yep. That's hard.
Boy.
That's a team.
Boy.
That's a squad.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's a squad.
What was it like?
I would have loved Jamal Murray, too. I'm not going to lie to you.
He's cool.
I would have taken Jamal Murray over Schroeder. And, oh, my God. Imagine Jamal Murray and SJ as a backcourt.
That'd be sick.
Dangerous.
That is not
Team
fair.
Canada.
Dangerous.
That is not fair.
Next year Olympics.
Bring Wiggins, too. Fuck it.
2024 Olympics.
What's crazy is like the game where I played against Duke, where like I played, he got injured. Then when he came back, and we played them in the Sweet 16, and we lost by 1. I didn't play that game, right? That's the game I didn't play.
Yeah.
But it was just like even the preparation, doing the film.
You play small forward? Or, sorry, point guard, right?
Yeah, point guard.
So you wouldn't, okay.
I wouldn't have guarded
You wouldn't have guarded
anything
him.
like that.
Okay.
But it was just like, even just like, you know, being involved in the game, it was just, you could tell, man. It's like, yo, this guy's,
He can be.
He's a problem.
he's just like a freak of nature. Like
Yeah.
what he does,
It's
like,
hard to stop him.
It's not normal.
So can he be the next LeBron, is what you're saying?
I don't know if, like, you know, that's where he's headed. I can't really say that. But, like, did he definitely look like that?
That's what we all thought.
you know
That's what
what
I
I'm
thought.
saying? Like,
I'm being real with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I said, oh, shit, LeBron might have
I think
somebody
he could
else.
just be a good player for a long time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came in hot, and I think
Can you really sustain 280 pounds on that body,
that's
bro?
tough.
He's too big.
that's tough to do. That's
He's
tough to
too,
do.
and it's not like he's fat. It is
That's tough
muscle
to do.
too.
It's tough
But
to do.
on your body, bro, that's a lot.
That's tough to do, man.
That's a lot, man.
It is tough to do.
You know what? We'll be back with a little commercial break, and when we come back, I want to talk about the fashion and the culture with the ball players, and we'll talk about a little more.
Let's get it.
But we'll be right back.
Let's get into our sponsor real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, we got Next Level Shisha. All right, that's at Next Level Shisha, NXTLVL Shisha. Right, that's on IG. You can find them. Their website's nextlevelshisha.com.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Next Level Shisha.
Shout out to them. They're
For-
providing the vibes.
Yep.
They're providing the shisha.
Man, shout out to Aria Cafe one more time for letting us use the space.
Yeah, shout
This
out to
beautiful space, as you guys can tell. We appreciate you so much. One of our first sponsors, like Matt said earlier, and they've been riding with us
They've been
from the
rocking with us.
get-go, man. From the get-go. I appreciate you, my brothers. Let's get into it, bro.
Yo, let's get into
We
it.
was talking about local ball
Yep.
before, you know. Yo, bro, I need to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in the culture there. You've seen these guys. Some of these guys you played against.
Yeah, man.
What the fuck is up with their swag, bro? Nah, for
Yo,
real.
what do you-
Nah, like, what's up with their fucking dress and like that? What's going on? What's going through their head, bro? Like, this guy sent me. Who's the player today? You sent me
Bruce Brown.
Bruce
We're
Brown.
gonna
His
pull the
first
picture back
game.
up.
His first game. You know what I'm saying? On a new team.
Yeah, Indiana Pacers.
He's on Indiana, bro. This guy just won a ring last year, no?
Yeah, with Denver.
He won a ring with Denver. Now he's rocking just what? He's rocking like an overall,
Yeah, and
like
and
a
the cowboy
onesie, like
boots.
and cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and no shirt. Like, what the fuck's up with that, bro? That's not. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know fashion, but that's not swaggy, bro.
Honestly, I feel like, the whole trying to be different thing.
Oh,
feel
you
like
oh,
it's-
you're trying to be unique.
Yeah, I want to be different. We remember how Westbrook was moving and like.
Yeah, he looks stupid in a lot of those fucking things. I'll be honest,
So
fam.
I feel like the youngins are just like doing the same thing. They're like, I want to be different. I want to, So people are just doing stuff they would never do in a regular.
Did
Do you think it's clout chasing?
I feel like it's definitely people trying to make sure that people pay attention to them.
Yeah.
I think Kuzma was there for that. I think Kuzma is exactly what you said. He wanted people to pay attention to him.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like
so they did different things.
They want to be different than everybody else. It's like they want to have like a special aura.
Do you see that when you're in college? Do you see people, I don't want to say act or behave. Do you see them move that type of way? Do you see these,
Especially now that they're more free and independent.
like, do you see it in college, or does this happen in the NBA because now they're like, I'm making money, like, fuck y'all,
I feel like
your opinion don't matter type of shit
I feel like even
in college?
And NCAA.
high level basketball.
Okay,
I don't know why I just studied like that.
yeah,
You're good.
Forgot all my words.
like European ball or just like
No,
high level
like NCAA. Like,
Okay.
I feel like anything where you get a lot of attention.
media. Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
got you.
Like some people they handle it a certain way, and other people they handle it another way. Like I feel like even if someone's a pro and they're not getting a lot of attention, I feel like it changes their behavior. Like I think just being in the spotlight is what causes people to move a certain way. Even people in high school, right? You got kids in high school now that can make $1 million.
Very true.
So it's like you'll see the same thing, and it's just not even just in basketball. Shoot, it's like the same thing in the music industry when you have people that are trying to do whatever.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying?
I even see it in footy. Like, there's a lot of players
Yeah.
that would do certain unique things
Exactly.
to get attention. Yeah.
But I feel like basketball players definitely are. They're interested,
I just had to ask you, bro,
They
because
do.
like
I don't know.
some
I
of
don't-
these outfits are getting like, I'm like, bro,
I don't have
somebody got to tell you this not sick.
I don't have the answers for those questions.
You ever dress different? You ever try that?
Nah, I'm not wearing nothing that's out of my. you know what I'm saying? My ordinary
Yeah.
taste. If I'm wearing it, it's because it's really my taste.
Yeah.
I'm not, showing up with like.
Skirt or
Nah, come on.
like leather pants or some shit.
Like a dress. Nah.
Yeah, like a dress.
I'm not trying to make.
I don't know. I think Harden one time had like a funny ass like suit on or some shit.
Yeah, nah.
They all do it, bro.
That's
It's
not-
like
That's not my thing. Some people are into that. I guess they think they're making
I think they want to
fashion
go to
statements,
Paris. They want to walk the
You know
runway.
what's funny? I feel like the old heads feel so disrespected too, because I feel like they're using their freedom so much, and they had to wear suits, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
fam.
That's a different time. I
Yeah,
can't imagine.
think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
That's a
AI,
whole
when
different
AI came through,
Yeah.
they were like, "What?" Like he's made
He
it
took the bullet
tattoos
for everyone.
You know what I'm saying? And
He
now
took the
these
cross for everyone.
now these men are dyeing their hair and like wearing dresses and like what are you coming with, Bruce Brown? I'm sorry,
Kyle Kuzma is crazy too.
Kyle. I'm not talking about
bro.
Kyle, bro. Kyle's
They-
different, bro. Kyle went and dated every girl that has been ran through in the industry just to get attention, bro. Like that's just how I look at Kyle.
Hey man,
I'm just saying it. Listen, they're baddies, but like they're bad. We know they ran through the industry, and you went and dated them just to get that spotlight.
I guess to some people that doesn't really matter.
But yo, I get it. Yeah, I
guess
get
they
it.
don't-
I get it. Cause it's
don't
like,
care.
yo, I don't care. I'm making money. Fuck, do I care about this shit?
Guess
I'm
that's-
making money. I'm happy.
what it is.
I'm.
I guess that's some people's mentality, right?
It's
how
fair.
Do you, how do you guys feel about that? Like, you know, like say like I don't know, you're super up like $100 million, whatever. Like, do you feel like no one could comment on the girl you have, or do you feel like you could still be like, nah, it doesn't matter how much money you have, like you can't be,
That's a good question.
you know, like
Yo, if it was up to me, man,
that's still a reflection of you type thing. Like,
I don't know, bro. Me and like relationship and like woman is not like. Listen, I love all women, so I'm just not. I don't know. I'ma just go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
hey, yo,
if it's up to me, I would love to keep that shit private as
I
possible.
feel that. I feel that.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel that.
Especially like, I feel like with relationships, especially in our generation.
But hold on, sorry to interrupt you real quick. Can you keep it private because he's saying you're up?
Yeah.
So like that means you're famous, you got money, or is it just you have money? What's the scenario?
Right, because I'm
Are
just
you,
commenting
like-
on like the Cal Kuzma thing, where it's just like, do you
So
feel
you're
like
up.
So you're up and you're known. You're
Yeah.
somewhat
right,
known,
right. Do you
right?
feel
Because
like
people still know
Yeah,
Kyle
yeah.
Kuzma.
right? Do you feel like it's like it gives you a pass to just like date any type of shorty, or do you feel
Yeah,
like,
probably.
yeah,
Yeah, probably. Now, listen, I ain't wifing you. I might not put a kid in you.
right,
You know, I'm not.
right,
Shout out to Drake. We love you. But I'm not pulling a Drake and putting a kid in a porn star. That's just me. The kid is like, you know,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
looking, all of that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But, like, I feel like, yeah, when I got money like that, fuck do I care, bro?
Doesn't matter.
She ain't my wife. I'm not putting a kid in her. It's just that simple.
I think it depends.
Unless, and listen, I'm the type of person, like, if I genuinely love this person,
Right.
and, like, the connection is there, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
feel
don't
you.
care.
I feel you.
I don't care. But I don't want, I guess I'm a little bit old school. It's so, see, I'm thinking, no, I'm going to stay quiet. Go
about
on,
you?
man.
What's
I'm going
your
to stay
opinion?
quiet, bro.
I
You
feel
trying
like
to
if-
set
I
me
feel
up,
like,
bro.
I feel like I'm not setting you up,
You
because I feel like for me,
trying to set
I'm
me
not
up.
setting you up. I'm saying because for me, if I have a lot of money, like I feel like, you know, now I'm at a point where it's just like, okay, like, you know, there's a lot of things that I bring to the table.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like I'm gonna make sure I got somebody that could, you know, add to what I'm doing. Not really.
See,
take
if it's
away.
my wife, I agree with you.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, if she's like, if I want to start a
Right.
family with her and stuff, 100%. I want somebody like that for sure.
Because to me, it's just like, you know, if I turn into a J, I want a Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
And if I can have one of those from jump, I'm taking that.
Yeah,
I'm taking the
100%.
Beyonce over anything.
No matter how many fights and how many sisters are gonna beat me up in the elevator,
I'm taking it.
I'm still taking Beyonce.
I'm taking a.
I'm still taking Beyonce.
I'm taking
Fuck
my.
me up in the elevator. Go
Fuck
on
me
every
up.
floor.
Bring your aunties and your fucking
Yo.
your cousins.
If I could build an empire with a short, like I'm doing it right away.
100%.
I'm not even thinking twice.
100%.
But it's like, how do you find that? You know, it's not you just come across that.
I
every
think it
day.
just happens, bro. I think if it's there's something in Arabic. It's like maktub. It's like if it's written, right?
Right.
And I think if it's written in someone's book, it'll happen.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think if you keep looking for that, it might not happen, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It just might not happen.
100%.
You know, like as you're saying that, before you were saying that, I was thinking like Savannah and LeBron. It's like I think a lot of us would want that. You know, as men, not a lot. There are quite a bit of men that want that, but I feel like, you know, our image has been like we're dogs because we tend to be dogs. Like,
Yo, John, do you want
just it is what it is.
do you want that Jada and Will love?
That's definitely the love that we don't fucking want, bro.
This is what we're doing, yo.
That is not where we're going,
This is
bro.
what we're doing?
That is crazy.
This is where we're going today?
That's a setup.
We gotta get.
That's a
We gotta get
setup.
back to the music.
Yo,
Yeah,
fam.
done.
He said, Will and Jada, hell no.
We're done. Back to the music.
Hell no, bro. That relationship,
No comment.
man.
Nah, let's throw it back to the music. So, yo, we touched on it earlier, but I just want to get back into it to just kind of close on this topic. But like your reception of City News at 6.
Yeah.
How did you feel it was received?
Honestly, like from the first night of the listening party, I just felt people just being impressed, and that meaning a lot to me. Like I could tell people were genuinely impressed. Like people were like, "Yo, this is," like just looks on people's faces, and just the words that people had for me. I was like, okay, like people actually think this is good. They're not just telling me they think it's good because they're here, because they're my friend, or they knew me from whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Because some of the people weren't even people I knew like that. So for me, it was like, all right, this is something that not just, you know, sits in my head anymore. Like this idea of like being a great artist. Like I feel like for some time, like it was just like, is it just something that I'm only feeling, you know? But to see it in real time, you know, with real people right in front of me, like that, like no, like you got something. That's reassuring, and it kind of gives me that boost to like just keep going, you know. So
How about release week?
I feel like release week was kind of the same thing. Having people message me, you know, people that I'm not expecting messages from, people I am expecting messages from. Yo, this album is crazy, front to back. You know, I love what you did with the skits or whatever they're saying. You know, you're developing as an artist. You know, just the melodic stuff. Everything that they had to say showed that, like, yo, there's specific things that I'm doing that people are appreciating. So now it's like, all right, like, I'm stepping in the right direction.
I want to ask you, how was the rollout for you? How was it? What was your strategy behind that?
Okay, so I kind of hinted at the fact that an album was dropping.
Okay. Can you explain to me? Because I'm from the outside, right?
Hell yeah.
I recently listened to your music.
Right.
I recently got put on by Matt. You know, so from the outside, I wasn't following you. I wasn't understanding what was the beginning? What was the first thing that you said, okay, this is my rollout?
Right. So it just started with me kind of like throwing hints of being in the studio with Justin and working on an album.
Okay.
And then just kind of saying that song was coming and consistently posting like pictures of that same studio because that's where we made the whole thing at, right?
I like that.
And before that, I released a EP called Here to Heal, right?
Okay.
So that was just like about me coming back to the city and like just healing from everything that I went through with basketball and my whole journey, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to lead into me talking about the city.
Okay.
You know? So boom, the following year comes around, this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, I went on like a single run. So I'm putting out singles, I'm doing videos just to kind of build momentum. And a lot of them are kind of, you know, getting some traction, getting on playlists, doing this, I'm doing that, doing some shows. And nothing's from the album yet. But I'm telling people, yo, an album's coming. So every single time I'm rolling out a single, even though it's not on the project, I keep telling people, yo, this is coming. You know, be on the lookout for it. This is what we're working on. This is the big thing for this year.
So you keep teasing them.
Exactly.
Like that.
Sorry to interrupt you, bro.
Wow.
That shit you did with Thelonious.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back and forth.
Yep.
Yo, y'all snap.
Yep. And like even stuff
You
like
gotta
that.
show me that when we go on break.
What's crazy is that you actually commented on it. It was some time ago.
Oh, you sent me that.
The Dear Summer.
Yes.
Summer, yeah.
You did send me that.
Yeah.
Yes, that shit
Dear
was
Summer.
fire.
Appreciate it, bro. So even
Yes.
stuff like that, like the collaborations.
Yeah.
Making sure I'm tapping in with different artists from the city so I could build my name around the city. That was the biggest thing before anything from the project came out. Get into Remix Project. That helps with, you know, just connecting on the industry side.
Right.
And
Shout out Remix Project. Shout out my boy.
Big shout out Remix
Rich
Project.
Kid.
Yep. Big dog. And then
Yes.
it got to the point where I was like, all right, it's time for me to kind of start finishing the album and like, you know, getting things ingested in the system and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then from there was that private listening party. You know, I still have stuff rolling out, like singles that are not even part of the project.
By the way, he's a snake, and I told him he should have asked for a +1 because I would have came. But he's a snake. But go on. I know it's great. It's not your fault, bro. It's him.
I didn't even think like, you know,
It's
like,
not. It's not on you, fam. I promise you. It's not even on you.
I didn't even think like, you know, maybe he was telling.
Nah, he told me. He told me about it. But he told me about it like I think it was a couple days before it was going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, he reached out to me. And then he went and I was like, oh, sick invite, bro. You could have got a +1, but it's okay. Next one.
Good.
Next one
for sure.
I hope you reach out to me next one.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm not getting you a +1.
All right, welcome back to Bigger Dreams Podcast.
Yeah,
Make sure
yay.
you like
sir.
and subscribe to the channel.
Yay. Yo, honestly, Matt, thank you for telling me to listen to you. I'm happy that he's our first guest of second season.
Bro. Love,
Yeah,
bro.
thank you. I appreciate you.
Very fitting.
Super down to
Very
earth, super
fitting.
cool. I love the energy that you're bringing.
Appreciate it, brother.
You have a lot of future ahead of you, bro. You got a
Appreciate it.
lot. Just
Thank
keep
you,
going.
boss. Love.
Yes, sir.
Bigger dreams, though, baby.
Yes, sir.
Bigger dreams.
Where we at?
Yep.
Let's get to it. So, you know what? You made a letter to the embassy.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
The Toronto embassy.
Yes, sir.
Mans don't know about the embassy.
On Drake's birthday, October 24th.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Jeez. On the man them birthday?
Come on.
Upon his hep top.
So
Jesus. My bad.
I'm trying to be serious. But so it started last year
Okay.
where I did one for Kendrick on his birthday.
Jeez. Okay, I need to see that one.
So that one's going
On YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's on my page, whatever.
Yes, sir.
That one starts going crazy in the city. You know, like just spreading like wildfire. You know, like LeBron liked it. It was like a.
Ooh, okay.
It did a little something.
LeBron
Yeah.
liked
You know?
it?
Yeah.
On IG?
Yeah, it was like this whole little thing, you know?
Sick.
Where like people were like, yo, like that Kendrick thing was tough. You know? And like I kinda thought I was gonna leave it at that. But then I'm like, nah, like the Kendrick one's not enough. Like, especially after I heard 8 AM in Charlotte and like just like was thinking about Drake's career, I'm like, it's time. Like I literally heard that beat, heard him rap, and like I thought, oh, his birthday's October 24th. Went to the studio the next day. Like literally wrote it like a Thursday. Went to the studio the next day, like when the album came out, recorded it. I'm like, yep, this is it. Thought of the video idea, shoot it at his high school, shoot it at 15 Fort York where they recorded So Far Gone.
Yeah.
Obviously the Toronto.
That's a
side,
really sick
you know.
messages like for the fans.
Yep. If you know,
It's really
you know.
dope. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Really
so-
dope.
So to me, it's like I want people to know that because I'm gonna do one more. There's a
Of
third-
course.
there's a
And I
third-
was just about to ask you
there's a
that.
third guy.
I was
There's one
about to
guy
tell
left.
you, yo, January 28th is
There's
coming
one-
soon,
there's
bro.
One guy left.
I hope you're in the studio
One
because
guy
like
left.
I know the birthday, fam.
So the thing is, but the thing is though, he has to drop because
He's not dropping.
I hope because my thing is I wanted to do
Oh,
it,
you want to do it while okay.
and the only reason I'm doing that is because I feel like those are my inspirations, and they're all at a point where they're making that transitional album, right? Mr. Morale, last one on TDE, For All the Dogs, his first one where he's gonna take a break now,
Yeah.
fall off.
I think that was his last album from a deal too that he just had.
And there you go.
Yeah.
So it's like they're all in that period, and obviously J. Cole's the last person.
So you
to
think
go.
he's gonna drop Fall Off in January or December?
I think it's coming.
He's
fourth
done
quarter.
it. He's done it. I mean,
I think he's gonna do fourth quarter.
that's December.
Like the way he's been promoting it all year and doing the feature run. I think he's November and December.
Hey, bro, November is 1 week away. Eh?
I think it's gonna be like a here it is.
I can see that.
Especially
I can
just
see
because
that.
you know he
He
has
did
a
that with,
number one record for the first time in his career.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. This
there's
shit's
momentum.
huge.
Like you gotta.
That's massive. You're right. You're right.
It's time for him to go.
He's done that. He's dropped somewhere in November, December. I think it was
Forest Hills.
Forest Hill. Yeah,
Forest
and it was
Hills
November.
fourth quarter.
Yeah,
No, it was
you're right.
December.
Was it December or November?
December drop.
Late November.
It was a December drop, right?
Okay, I'm not sure. I can't remember right now.
Look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to remember, but I do remember it was a fourth quarter for sure.
It was.
And what's it called? What's the album that has For Your Eyes Only?
It's called For Eyes Only.
Yeah,
For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, it was December 9th.
And For Your Eyes Only too
Yep.
dropped like fourth
Yep,
quarter,
December.
I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
he's gonna come back with that. But
So
I'm saying
so
that
he has to drop, and then January 28th we're getting that.
exactly. I just gave it away.
Hey, yo, Cole.
But I mean, at this point, people should know. There's only one person left in the big three.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm
I was,
saying?
that's why I was just about to
You
ask
know
you,
what I'm
like, hold
saying?
on, you did that and that. Where's my
Where's the
boy,
goal?
bro? What
It's
the
coming.
fuck?
It's coming.
That's the GOAT right now.
Yeah. So like,
what
yeah.
are we doing?
The concept behind those is like introducing myself, you know, through my inspirations, you know, because those are the three artists that I feel like I'm a combination of. So I want their fans to know, like, okay, this is, you know, the version of them that you're gonna get from me, and this is how genuine the inspiration is, because I remember every single moment of their rise because I was a kid impressed by it. I was a kid paying attention to it. It wasn't like when I turned 17, 18, I had to go back to listen to an album that came out when I was 13.
Yeah.
Like when I was 12, 13, I remember listening to Good Kid every day. When I was 10, I remember listening to Drake. When I was 11, I remember listening to Friday Night Lights. I remember going to school and showing Richard, yo, fam, this new rapper J.Cole, bro, this guy's nice. And like I would just play him Back to the Topic over and over again, like, bro.
That's my
And I'm like, I'm grade 5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God,
so, like,
Back to the Topic.
I could only imagine like a grade 5, like going you know what I'm saying, to school and like showing somebody like J.Cole, you feel me? But that's how passionate I was about those artists. So to me, it's just like, you know, with how much I studied them, it's only right for the people to know, like, yo, we think that that type of rap superstar is dead. That young rapper that could make hits and rap. I think a lot of people just think it's one or the other now. Whereas you have the people that are rapping, that are just all the way on the rap side, and like the melodic younger artists, they're just staying melodic. They can't really compete.
No.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that the one thing with the rappers that you're talking about, not the melodic ones, is that they just don't have that slight edge.
Right.
They're not. I feel like they're so deeply rooted with the hip hop side.
Most definitely. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's like, yo, that's what they grew up on too. That's what they were probably inspired. But then they're not looking at that extra sauce that you're talking about.
Exactly.
In terms of melodic,
exactly.
you know, addition and like rhythms and things like that. That's the only difference. And now the other guys, the ones that they just don't know how to do that.
Exactly.
They're just on the melodic side. They actually don't know how to rap.
Yeah.
Some of them might, but they're not that skillful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think you can build both of them. Man, as this guy is talking, I'm like, bro, this guy, he can't stop.
Yeah, bro.
He can't stop.
He's so passionate. He's so
he can't stop.
His intention.
Like, I'm gonna get his contacts and everything. Make sure that he doesn't stop. Bro.
Yeah,
nah,
because like you have exactly, and it's like you have an intention. I'm telling you, I trusted you, and Sutton told me when I was in the motherland, said, yo, trust Matt. Like, trust Matt on this because of the energy that he did. And thank you, because like I'm getting to know you more now.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, you do have intention with what you're doing.
Most definitely.
And I love seeing that.
Love,
I love seeing that, more artists like that in the city.
I appreciate it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm excited. I'm actually excited for the new project.
Let's go.
Shit. Yo, can I pull up to a session one time?
Bro, whenever you're ready. It's
whenever
ready.
you're ready.
It's ready for you.
I'm there.
All right. Whenever you're ready to hear it, let me know when you're free. I'm free. It's done.
I'm going to come back from LA and I'm going to holler at you.
It's done. We're working.
I'm going to come back from LA and I'm going to holler at you.
Bro,
how about that?
Come here.
I got
and
you.
We could talk about just different things, different ideas, but the music is there. The story is there. The cover art's there. The title's there. The music video, we're ready.
I love that.
We're ready for next year.
I'm excited.
Young
man.
TT, young
I'm
John
excited.
Bongo.
We're ready to go.
I'm so excited.
Shout out to Remix Project for giving me that opportunity to just
yes, sir.
be
Shout out
locked
to
in the
Remix.
studio for 9 months and
Shout
make
out to
this.
all the people at Remix, man.
Facts.
Cool people. Again, shout out to my boy Rich the Kid.
Yep.
Love you, bro. You're super cool. You're super dope, humble.
But I know you mentioned a lot in the song, but I just kind of wanted to get it in like kind of a podcast format. Like, how has Drake impacted you?
Honestly, I feel like, being from the city.
I feel like he impacted you so much.
Yeah, it's like it's
undeniable.
It's very undeniable because like I'm coming from like a perspective of someone that actually listens to the music.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't just enamored by the fact that he was Drake. Oh, someone made it from the city.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the music.
Yeah.
Like,
what was your favorite song from him? And
Tuscan Leather. I remember because I remember. I feel like there's never been a song that made me feel that way off the first listen.
What if I tell you Champagne Poetry is a better?
And you know
better,
what?
Better intro / song than
I was
that.
actually talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
I think it's the only one that can compete with Tuscan Leather.
Bro, people look at me like crazy, and I'm like, bro,
you're
that
not
song.
lying. I agree.
If you guys go listen to that song, I think that album.
It's the only one.
Like the way he opened that album,
Yep.
he's like, yo, I'm mature.
Yep.
I'm really the GOAT.
Yep.
And my craft has reached a level that this is what consistency of 10, 12 years at the
100%.
time of doing it, and this is what it comes to.
100%.
So like I love Tuscan Leather, but the minute I heard Champagne Poetry, I was like,
the best intro.
I was like, this is the best. This is a better intro.
Yeah.
This is a better intro. It's all around a better song.
Yeah, it's
but I'm not gonna get into that.
No. Honestly, like, you know what? I remember feeling that way when it first came out.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that like he just does sound more seasoned and he does sound more experienced. But I feel
it's tough, bro, because I listen back to Tuscan Leather.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And I'm like, fuck.
It's the nostalgia of it.
Yes.
To me, it's the nostalgia of Tuscan Leather. When I hear that song, I'm like, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, I sit there, I'm like,
Yo.
it was like what we were talking about with Kendrick and Cole.
Yep.
You know, when Cole drops something and then Kendrick something, and you're like, oh man, I don't know who to choose. That's how I felt. I would listen to this song, and then my boy would play. I'd listen to Champagne Poetry, and then my boy would play Tuscan Leather, and I'm like, fuck, man. And then I listen, I'm like, nah, this is my shit. So how'd you feel about his new album?
So when
I had somebody tell me that Virginia Beach is the best song.
For all the dogs.
it grew on me. I wouldn't say it's the
Me
best
too.
It's
song.
hard. It's
Like,
actually
this is my analysis.
it's a
of
tough
Bro.
song. Yes, let me hear
This
this.
is what
Let's hear. Let's
Let
hear
me
the
hear this.
analysis. John
think-
Kabongo's
Yes,
analysis.
I have a feel like me and you have a similar. Okay, let me hear this.
So when I heard the title, I'm
Yes.
like, okay, he's gonna do it. He's finally gonna just rap. He's gonna prove that.
Oh, that's what you thought?
That's what I thought. Cause I'm
Okay.
like, he's
Hold up. For the record, Tyranny actually predicted before the album dropped that it would be like R&B based type of album. But continue.
and
I'll tell you why after,
and
but go ahead.
I understand.
Yeah.
Especially after I heard Slime You Out, I was like,
Yeah.
no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But before any of the singles came out, or like, you know, when he just like announced the project, I felt like I was assuming like he heard the conversations. He did Honestly Nevermind. He did Her Loss. And I feel like he was going to try to make a statement like, yo.
But he just gave us CLB not too long ago either.
But I'm not even talking about just like the type of album, like, you know, like the typical Drake album of everything.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to finally say, I'm just going to rap.
Like
I'm just
if you're reading this like that.
not even just like that, but like really just like on some, you know what I thought he was going to do?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to do a 4-4-4.
No, he's too early in his career.
But it is, and I realized that I'm like, even though he's far along,
He
in
needs
terms
to
of
get a
accolades,
wife. He needs to settle down, bro.
It is like another 10 years from now.
Yeah, bro. He needs to stop fucking
He needs to get fucked up in the elevator a couple
Yeah, fam. He needs to get beat up in the elevator a couple times.
Yo,
and stop fucking
Drake,
wearing.
if you see this, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? A 4-4-4 from you would be crazy.
And I think it's coming.
That's what I thought was
I
happening.
think after
this
this break is coming.
That's what I think now. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he takes a break and finds somebody and does that and gets beat up too in the elevator.
So I thought that's what was coming now.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
So, you know, I hear Slime You Out. I'm like, okay, so what's happening? But I hear 8 a.m. in Charlotte. I'm like, whoa, like, is it happening?
Just another freestyle.
You know what I'm saying? And then
so this is what's kind of wanted the 8 a.m. in Charlotte
when I
type.
saw 8 a.m. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, it's gonna happen.
So like 9 a.m. in Dallas, all those ones. Okay.
I was like, yo, the Slime You Out, that was a pump fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not.
This cat said that's a pump
It's
fake.
a pump fake. It's not real. That's not what's happening. He's about to rap, you know? And the album comes out. I'm like, okay, it's not what I expected.
Yeah.
So then I gave it time. I think I waited a few days before I like really got to listen to it. And then what hit me was like, I realized, I'm like, yo, this guy is a smart musician all around.
Yeah.
Take away his ability to rap. It's like, when I remove the expectations, I'm like, this guy picks the right producers every era.
Beat selection, everything.
Every single era
Yeah.
of rap,
Yeah.
he makes sure he has those producers
Yeah.
working in some way with what he's doing. Because it's like, sonically, he's always making sure he's doing what's hot at the time, but he's making sure it sounds hot. It's not, because everyone can say he's, you know, riding with, no, what he's doing is he's making sure that the people that are doing the right things, and I'm just saying musically, not even just about like what he's talking about.
Yeah.
How it sounds.
Yeah.
Getting Benny X, getting guys like Yeet, you know, Cash Cobain beat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, where it's just like he's getting those guys to give him like, you know, like their sauce. And what ends up happening is like you get great music because he's just a talented vocalist and he knows how to sound on anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, like you sit back and you listen. Fam, even that song with Sexy Red, I promise you.
Hands on your knees. What the fuck it's called?
I will never sing that chorus out loud.
Yeah.
that Gucci brief.
As a man.
Yeah. But you're jamming a little bit to the club.
But it's like when I hear it, when I hear the
Like
beat,
you're busting a little 1-2 like that. You know?
I'm just, you know, one of these.
Oh, you're just gonna
You know
headbop.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's like just hearing.
But by yourself, you're busting. You're busting a couple moves by yourself.
But I'm saying it's like, yo, even though it's a song I would probably never sing.
Yeah.
I'm listening to it, I'm like, yo, this is like the perfect song sonically.
Yeah.
Like for him to get that beat and think Sexy Red on this.
Yeah.
Doing something like this.
Yeah.
And SZA and then me doing this. We just sit back and listen, it's like, yes, that's exactly what you should do. So to me, I feel like what this album does, and even with just him getting the accomplishments he's had with the number ones, it proves that his musical ear and his team, guys like Oliver, 40,
Geniuses,
all those people that have their hand in the music,
engineers
that are picking
too,
what this album sounds like. When you just think about music and you just take a step away from the rap, bro, this guy's arguably, the one of the best musicians ever. Like, just like musician, period. Like, somebody just making music, because that's bigger than
He said, I'm one away from Michael. Beat it. And he just had Michael.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's like, I definitely give credit to all the people that are working on the music with him. Because,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's collaborative effort.
It takes a team.
You know what the thing is with him, bro? He's very strategic.
100%.
So he's so strategic that he's been hinting for this album for a minute, right? Once he dropped Honestly, or is it Honestly Nevermind? With
the little story.
No, Honestly Nevermind.
CLB.
Her Loss.
Oh, okay. Her
Once he, because that was all part of a story, right?
Exactly.
Like, you can go back to CLB. Very strategic. Look at how everything is, right?
Yep.
But he dropped the tape with 21, and he had already done 2 tapes that were more on, the Drake that can do everything, but he had more rap songs in there, right? I think he did a feature. He had 2 features with Thug, and one of them he was singing, right?
Yeah.
He was singing
Parade
the
in
intro.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Parade in Cleveland, exactly.
Yeah.
He was singing a little bit, right? And then he started his tour around that time. And when he started his tour, I started seeing videos of him singing his old R&B songs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And like the way he did his tour with the kid and everything. And I started looking. I think actually it was before his tour, because he did a show. What's that place in New York? Oh, why is it slipping my mind? He did a show at the Apollo with Dipset. Remember? And he gave Dipset their flowers and everything. And during that show, he was singing some of his R&B shit.
Yep.
He started look at how fucking strategic he is, bro. He started doing R&B hits from there, right? And then on his tour, he kept doing that, and I was like, as soon as I see that, I was like, oh, I think at first tour date was Chicago, and then they put it out on the Instagram. Complex put it out, and he's like, he's like singing old songs, and he's like, people tell me I miss the old Drake, so I'm gonna give you something, and I think Only on Cameras or something. Can't remember. It was one of his Take Care. I said, he's gonna give us an R&B album. I said, this is R&B. As soon as I listened to the album, and from the title, I honestly said, yo, this is, he's twisted. This guy's so twisted. He's gonna give us an R&B album that's named for all the dogs, because shorties are dogs too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just don't talk about it. But shorties are dogs.
You're not lying.
Talk
right?
to him.
Shorties are dogs, and they know, like,
Dogs
the shorties that are dogs are
are
dogs.
2 genders too.
Exactly. We're not gonna go into that, right? We love y'all. And when I seen that, I was like, oh, he's cooking. So he's gonna give me that. I listened to the album, and I still till this day believe that this album is more for the shorties than it is for the mandem. Till this day, of course, the bar is us. The mandems are gonna like resonate with. When he's talking about like the girl's name, pack them all up in my phone like sardine. You know what I'm saying? But it's still an album for the galdom to listen to and enjoy with the R&B stuff and the song. Also, he's targeting the young generation with this album. That's how he got the Yeats and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he kind of targeted all 3 in one. He's so fucking smart, bro. Yeah. It's an R&B album that is for the girls that the mandem can still relate to, but I'm relating also to these young generation by putting Yachty, by putting Yee, by getting this producer, by getting this to market, by actually being on Kai Cenat's fucking energy and his hype for a minute. It's not recently that Drake's been on Kai Cenat, if you actually realize and watch the internet. He's been shouting out Kai Cenat. You know what I'm saying? So all of it, I look at it and like very strategic. I still think, I'm telling you, people look at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, guys, go listen to that album. That album is just for the girls as much as it is for us, bro. And it has a little more for the female audience more than you. That little skit that, he likes me. Yo, there are Keldon like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They move like that. Not just here, not just Toronto.
But I feel like on this album he's calling out the Keldon more.
Yes, but the Keldon love it. That's why it's for the Keldon. When a Keldon calls
They
you
do
out,
love it.
you don't care. You love it. You're like, she knows.
Right,
she
right,
still
right.
fucks with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He can be calling out the Keldon. They still love it. He's smart. They do, bro.
Hey, you're not lying. They are listening to it. It's not like they're not listening to it. So.
People want to really tell me that he's not streaming, but this is his third week doing 100K sales.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Come on, stop that.
Crazy.
Stop playing with me.
Crazy.
And we all know he doesn't need bots.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
And he's not even doing bundles or anything.
Because the Keldon are listening to the album, bro. It's not just the mandem. It's the Keldon and the young generation that are listening to the album.
Facts.
We mandem don't care too much, bro. We listen to the album 1, 2, and then we move on.
Facts.
How many mandem told me, oh, I love Kendrick's album, oh, therapy. Within a week, bro, they
They're
moved
done
on.
listening. Right.
They moved on. They didn't give a shit. As soon as Beyonce dropped, they started singing Beyonce. So, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? You want to talk about Kendrick? They started singing Beyonce, fam.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
The
know what you're
Keldon
saying, bro.
fucking love this album, bro. Love it.
Yo, something that stood out to me about the album was the songwriting. And I just thought like it was really like, I feel like he was really like flexing his songwriting. Like I feel like you could definitely see the growth and the consistency over time. Like I just felt like it was so relatable. That's something that really stood out to me.
I feel like he was experimental too in this album. Like he experimented on certain beats, on certain styles.
Slime You Out's experimental.
Yeah, like Slime You Out. Even the song.
Away from Home.
Yeah, I can see that, the beat.
You know?
But I was looking at like the Yachty song too. The Yachty song was like, yo, that's a little like, that's not
And
your
the Yeet
bag.
song.
And the Yeet song is not yours. Like not your type.
Right.
Even on the 21 Savage song, I've never really heard him like use those types of flows too
Yeah,
much.
call him
I
out,
was
that
I
one's
was honestly I was thinking about the Chief Keef
Yo,
song.
that's my favorite
that one's
song right now.
hard.
And that song was
Yo.
tough,
That was hard.
bro.
That one's my
Super
favorite right
tough.
Hard.
Yeah, that's your favorite right now?
now. Yeah.
I took a break from this album. You know what? I actually took a break from this album, funny enough, and I went back to CLB just to see the difference. And I said, nah, CLB is still the best album he's made in a long time. Yeah.
CLB was hard. People slept on that one.
Super. And they're still
slept
sleeping
on
on
that
it.
CLB's hard.
And then they're going to come back and say, oh my God, CLB is crazy.
CLB's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, bro.
They'll
Pipe
come
Down
back.
is still one of the craziest.
Pipe Down.
Pipe Down to
Facts.
me is the best Drake song that Drake ever made. A Drake song. Because that's a Drake song.
Yep. Get Along Better.
Get along better with your friends? Oh, that's modus. That's
Even the
modus.
even the Bridal Path. That's the
7
time.
a.m. The
7
Kanye
a.m.
diss. Yo, did you think he was dissing? Did you think he was dissing Rihanna and ASAP in that one track? Cause yo, I'm the only motherfucker that did not like. I was just like, I really don't think he's dissing them.
To me, it's just like, why say anti so many times? Like, who else do people on the internet say Drake is hung up over? There's only one person. There's only one person that everybody on the internet says whenever she does something that Drake cares. Like, you remember when she first got pregnant and everyone's like, oh, I know Drake is probably sick right now. Like, that was all over Twitter. And, stuff
And
like,
he had a kid already.
that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody was like, basically, I remember that. Like, everyone was just basically saying, like, oh, damn, like, I know Drake is sick, da-da-da-da-da. So I feel like,
See, now you saying that, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can see that.
I think
But I
that's
can
the-
also see Drake being a fucker and just like, yo, he fucks around, bro.
I'm not saying it couldn't be another girl. It could be, but I'm saying there's only one person that I think the world continuously says he's hung up over.
Fair. That's a
Who's
strong point.
That the world
That
even
made me
knows.
look at it differently now, and
You
I'm
know
like,
what I'm
fuck,
saying?
he's right.
I don't
You
know
are right.
anybody else that we've ever said Drake is hung up over as the public.
I wonder how his mental health is doing about her. If he's really still like hungover. Listen, nah, man. I don't know.
I personally feel like it's just annoying whether you're over somebody or not, because maybe he is. But for people to constantly,
You think he is?
I don't know. But the thing is, though,
You
I would
be-
be pissed off if I'm trying to move on and
and,
everybody
and the public is keep pushing.
everybody's just like, yo, I know you're mad that Rihanna has a baby.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like this
With a
has
man that you put on and shit.
This has nothing to do
Because
with
they be talking about that shit. Like,
know what I'm
oh,
saying?
you put him on,
That
you
would
took
piss
him
me
to
off.
her.
Yo, but
I would say something.
But the thing why I said that, because I feel like in the same song, he gave a shout out to ASAP.
No.
Said shit can get rocky. Shout out or something like he mentioned ASAP. He didn't say shout out.
In the Yachty
Not
song.
in the Yachty song. Sorry.
But wasn't it kind of like a jab?
Was that a jab? She get rocky? No ASAP. He said, or what was
So
it?
yo, just to go back, yo, I'm kind of siding with him, just because I feel like yo, when he goes at someone,
Yeah.
like he goes at someone.
No, but he can have the subliminal
Bro, he
dismiss.
definitely has his.
He has the
his slick
subliminal.
ways of,
He has
you know,
subliminal. This is so I
'cause
can
with Kanye,
see.
you know,
But that was like
No, Kanye was just blunt. He was like, "Yo,
you know
fuck
what I mean?
this.
It's blunt, bro.
I'm gonna air this guy out at this
You know what
point."
I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
He be
I just
talking
feel
too
like,
much
yo, If
shit.
he's going for someone, he's like going for something.
Let me look at these things.
I want to talk to you real quick, just so we can wrap it up.
I'm trying to find that line, but go ahead.
How's your mental health doing? Because I know a lot of us don't really talk about that. Especially men, people of color, and even in the black community, I have a lot of friends that they don't express that. Right. How is your mental health, and what are you doing to keep it going?
So, this is my view on mental health. I feel like we live in a world right now that's very, very, very upside down in many ways. So it's very hard to wake up every day, see what's going on, walk around, and not feel something. And I think to me, it's just like it's very important to understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. And maybe sometimes people aren't seasoned in doing that alone. So sometimes you gotta just consult somebody else that could walk you through what you may be experiencing, just so that you could have that like kind of oversight on your emotions, because at the end of the day, like I go through a lot of stuff just in my personal life, but even just existing in the world, you see all the stuff. It's like, you could be like, yo, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
That makes you feel a certain way.
It can fuck up your day. Just
You know what?
Some stuff like it's not directly happening in your city, but it's happening somewhere else.
And you're just like, yo, this is weird, and it just makes you feel some type of way. And to me, it's like, I'm realizing, I'm like, damn, like anytime I feel something, let me make sure like I understand what I'm feeling and why I'm feeling it. Because if I don't, then I feel like those emotions could just really take control of me. And it could keep me down longer.
That's deep.
Longer than I need to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it puts me in a place where I'm like, yo, how did I even get here? Like, where did this come from? But, I'm at a place right now where it's like, I still have my struggles. I still have stuff that I'm trying to fight through. I'm trying to get through. But at the same time, it's like, I know that there's things in my life that I could still understand and like push through. Even if it's a struggle, like me just understanding it allows me to say, okay, this is what this is.
Yeah.
This is what's triggering it. And this is how I, live my life with whatever thing that's a challenge right now and get on the other side, Whether that's with like, some like self-meditation, and just moments of gratitude, I believe in God, praying, stuff like that. All types of things, even just like sometimes even talking to a friend, going to therapy.
Yeah.
Doing all.
Go to therapy?
Yeah, and like it's been on and off for years. Like I had to start a lot, especially when I got injured. I seen like a sports psychologist, and my coach really encouraged me to do that. And ever since then, like I've realized, like to me, I kind of see therapy different. I mostly see it as like me being able to like come up with a plan to be proactive with things that are coming up in my life. And some people have some better ideas than me. So why wouldn't I talk to them?
Yeah.
Especially if like, at the time I was getting it for free. So it's just like, someone's offering you strategies. These are ways to think. These are ways to, be organized. These are ways to, release emotions. So you gain all these different skills, and now like certain things are happening, and it's like you have bare weapons.
And we don't come from households that our parents can teach us that, because like you said, they're first generation here.
Exactly.
So they're trying to figure out their life here.
Exactly.
And they're trying to figure out how to make it.
Exactly.
It's not like they don't care, but
Right.
it's like the time aspect of things. Like they don't have time for us to do that.
Right.
That's dope, man.
So for me, like when it comes down to it, like for me going to therapy,
Yeah.
is really all about having somebody to have a conversation with about like resolutions.
Yeah.
Like for dealing with emotions.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just like it's figuring it out. It's like, okay, like, you know, what is something that helps you focus on task? What is something that helps you cope with, you know what I'm saying? I don't know,
like presenting to you coping mechanisms that you might have not been aware of. They don't teach you that in school. You're not learning it in your household.
Exactly.
And some people can't just give you that, bro. Like,
Exactly.
like some of your friends can't really give you that because they might be in the same boat as you.
Exactly.
Now, they might be great listeners.
Exactly.
And, like, they'll be here for you. You can vent to them. But they might be in the same boat as you that they might not give you what you need to hear. But if you're talking to, I guess, somewhat of a professional stranger, it's like that stranger can actually give you what you're talking about, give you a solution for that.
And to me, it's like, I think it's important in different stages. The reason why I wanted to go to therapy now is because I want to prepare myself for potentially becoming famous. Like, I tell them, I'm like, yo, I think I'm probably going to become famous. I don't want to break down. I don't want to lose my head. Like, I want to figure out ways that I could ground myself so that I can be who I need to be through everything. Because I know it could probably just come at me fast, and I don't have the mental, like, strength or the mental, like, wit to, like, kind of, like, you know how to just
Maneuver.
do all the noise and, you know, distractions.
Because it's not a joke,
It's
man.
not, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to prepare myself for it as much as I can, whether it happens or not.
You will, brother. I want you to stop saying the other words.
Nah, I appreciate that.
Say you will, and I
Facts.
will become.
Facts.
When I become.
Facts.
You're doing. You're not trying. Everything.
Facts.
Yeah.
Speak that because
Facts.
you are doing it.
100.
You know what I mean? And you will if you continue on this path.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
And
man.
I just wanted to add to that because, like, especially, like, you know, I feel like you actually take care of your mental health, but I feel like there is an added pressure that you're an artist, you're a rap artist from Toronto. You could deal with a lot of negativity, right? And it's not, you don't see your eyes like, oh, like, I want to be just big here.
Right.
You want to be international. You want to
100%.
be North American and past that, right? So you deal, especially rap, people are, you know, whether comments or, you know, negativity that comes, people throwing shade at you.
The energy that comes with it, too.
You know, the ego that
energy
comes
that
in
comes,
rap
yeah.
and in music, it's dirty. You know, how do you deal with that?
Like, at the end of the day, like, what I make music for is so much more important than that, that it's like, you don't even understand what I'm trying to do right now. Like, anybody that has anything negative to say about my music, maybe you don't like it, but it's like, if that's how you're spending your energy, you actually don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is bigger than, like, this is bigger than being rated by people. You know, this is bigger than being that guy. Like, this is me trying to make music about things that are important, things that could uplift people through the struggle. And, like, that's all that matters. So if I'm doing that and that's my focus, like, and you're not on board with that for whatever reason, whatever, cool. If it's about the music and you think something could sonically be better, all right, like, that I always understand.
Does it ever affect you, though? Like, whenever you see a negative comment or someone saying something negative in person?
I think, like, people are a lot more, like, slick with it. I feel like I haven't reached that level of, like, spotlight where it could be that intense yet in the public. But it's like you just see people's demeanors and attitudes, and to me it's just like, okay, you really don't get it, you know. And that's what I focus on. I'm like, bro, like, because my purpose and because my intention with making music is so strong, there's absolutely nobody on the planet that can convince me that I'm doing the wrong thing, like, with my intentions. You can't, because I know what I wake up and do this for. Maybe the song could be better, but I know that I have the right intention to make good music for people to be uplifted, for people to have better perspective, whatever the case may be. Like, the end goal is positive. So it's like, I can get 10 views, but it's like, you can't tell me that the song doesn't have meaning. You can't tell me that the song doesn't have thought. You can't tell me the song doesn't, you know what I'm saying, even sound good, because I know I'm going to do what I need to do to make it, you know, what it needs to be.
No, absolutely. And you know what? Like you kind of told me in the car, like, focus on the people that fuck with you.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, like,
that's it.
I'm gonna say this on Canada, but, like, you know, like, John knows, like, I support him a lot, and he felt so much that he wanted to kind of give back to me supporting. Like, he played me some, like, unreleased music and things that he had, and he was really like, yo, like, I wanted to play this for you because I knew you'd be excited about this. I wanted to throw it back to you, and, like, for me, it's just like, you're so genuine, like, your heart's in the right place. You're so thoughtful with your music. So much deep intent. You're a student of the game,
100%.
seeking to be a master. You're going to be a master, and just I wanted to personally thank you for coming on Bigger Dreams podcast.
Yes, sir.
Like I told Tarani before, and I guess he had to see it in this episode, and he said it. I didn't have to even wait for off record after the episode, but like I personally couldn't think of anyone who could start this new brand of Bigger Dreams, because I feel you embody it. I feel like you are chasing bigger dreams with every ounce of being that you have, and like I'm inspired by you. I think we're both inspired by you, and I couldn't have thought of a better person to build this brand to begin with than you.
That's what I found. I appreciate that, brother.
Congrats,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Big
Thank you.
love. Big
Thank
love.
you so much for
Thank
coming,
you, brother.
man. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Dope episode.
Wow.
Big
Dope
episode.
conversation.
Shout out Shot by Ben
That's
one time,
crazy.
bro. We haven't shouted him out yet this episode.
Yeah, that's crazy. Honestly, I was thinking about that. Shout out Shot by Ben, man. I love you,
Sir.
Benny. Thank you for being with us on this journey, bro. And wow, those are some amazing words, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
Wow. Yo, next time play me the music.
No, I'm telling you, when you guys are ready to come
You
to
got
the
the right
studio,
back, bro.
Yeah.
You got,
When you
you
get-
got
bro.
the right back.
Yo, when you guys are
Play me
ready,
the music,
I'm
fam.
dead serious. When you guys are ready, I'm gonna play you
yeah.
guys the whole.
That's
And you got to
hilarious.
meet Justin, bro. He's gonna.
Yeah,
I do want to meet Justin because Justin
Shout out
seems
Justin
like a
one time.
Yeah.
shout out Justin.
Big shout out
I
Justin,
wanted to just quickly before we end it. You were talking about there's nobody can tell you that you're doing the wrong thing. I had a mentor. Shout out Triz. He's one of my mentors when I first started, and he played many roles. That guy really always he motivated me because I like how he thinks. He always played multiple roles. Crazy engineer, sound engineer, really dope. Like he has good production, really dope production. When I met him, he was a sound engineer, and he was doing some crazy shit with the sound engineering, And then during that time, it was like a couple of 6 months, I think, that I was around him. 6-7 months that I was really around him. And he used to say this to me all the time. He said, even if Dr. Dre comes right now knocking on my door and tells me, yo, you're never going to make it, you're trash, you're all of that, I'm going to say thank you to him and continue doing what I do because I know this is meant for me, And now he's Lavish's main guy. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that and I'm like, bro, that's huge. That's huge in the sense, congrats to Live and all the team there, but it's huge in the sense that, yo, this guy stuck to his vision. He didn't change. And he used to say one of the biggest names in the industry, bro. You talking about he would mention Quincy Jones and Dr. Dre. Those guys are
Right.
those are the godfathers of
Right.
godfathers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's in his head, he put it that, yo, even if they come to me and tell me you're no good, I'm still gonna do it.
Yep.
So the fact that you have that, keep that energy up, bro.
sure, brother.
And keep doing. Again, man, thank you so much for coming, Matt. Yo, I appreciate you for doing that because you're right. You're right. And this is you're right, bro. He does embody bigger dreams.
Love.
He does. And I love this. I don't know what else to say right now. I'm just speechless. Yo, again, thank you, bro.
Appreciate it, brother. Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you, fam.
City
Thank
News
you.
at
Yes,
6.
nice to meet
Oh,
you.
sorry.
I heard so much about you, and
sir.
I'm glad that we got to meet this time in person, and hopefully, we can do a little more in the future
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Just the beginning. For sure.
What did you just say?
Just the last question.
Yes, sir.
City News at 6 is out now. Make sure you listen to it on all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. You will have that in the link
sir. Yes, sir.
in our
But-
video.
The grand finale to end this episode
Ooh.
is what can people expect from John Kabongo in 2024?
New album.
Woo!
New
Jeez.
music.
Jeez.
Features.
What else?
Videos.
What else?
Documentary.
What else?
Any shows?
Nah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But you gonna perform.
Not yet. Yeah, of course. But yeah, be on the lookout for a lot of.
Okay, so you're gonna
All-Star
drop an
game?
album
Level
next
up.
year.
All-Star game?
Hey man,
Hey.
I wish.
Hey, don't wish. We got to get it.
Hey,
We got to get it.
soon.
I think that's the day you gonna ball, eh? That's the
that-
day that you say,
that-
fuck it, I'm gonna get a hip replacement. I love you, bro.
New album 2024. You heard it here first.
I'm gonna make it happen. Hey,
Bigger Dreams
again,
podcast.
thank you so much, man. We out. Shout out to Aria Cafe,
Shout out
Next
Aria.
Level Shisha, and the one and only Benny Blanco. Shout out, shot by Ben. Yes,
out
sir.
this
We outside.